Yes.
Okay, thank you. So, and thank you for inviting me. So, as your event, local summers. I'm Shinya. So I'm a coordination lead at Fractal Ventures. And today, I'd like to talk about our retrospective quantitative review of crypto grants programs as my latest research. So I'd like to introduce myself. I usually research coordination mechanisms like public goods funding, collective decision-making process, and impact evaluations. So I'm also based in Japan. So my other activities, I founded the Japan chapter of GreenPill Network, inspired by Gitcoin. I'm contributing to Grant Innovation Labo, hosted by MetaGov. Um, and in the past, I was reviewing Polygon community grants programs. Um, and I'm also contributing to DigDAO. DigDAO is a Japanese research and development community spin-outed from the Japan Digital Agency. DigDAO has DigDAO has also various grants program, various experience. So, in, especially in the Japanese public good space, so DigDAO tries to launch governance who are managing their treasury and build a fiat-based quadratic funding platform using Gitcoin tech stack. So I'm usually contributing to international public good space, and local public good space, especially Japanese ecosystems and Asian ecosystems. The Fractal Venture Research is a research and development institution who are who approach some world through exploring inclusive coordination design. Just I published the grants report as the latest research, so you can read it here. So this QR code. So just now, so this research has been supported by public grants, maybe two two days 2 days ago. Yeah. So I'd like to talk about the main session, main topics. So about my latest research. The purpose of our research is to achieve the better grants program, a more effective and more fair program. We try to discover the difference among various grants programs and to provide insights that can be useful for the future management of grants program by cross-comparative quantitative analysis of different grants programs. We explored how the grants amount and how the number of grants depends on different type of decision-making bodies. So I'd like to explain why grants or public goods funding is matters. Public goods have exclusive and non-rival property. In other words, they are free for everyone to use. Example of public goods include air and parks, from which everyone can receive the benefit for free. It's usually hard to provide and maintain public goods, but blockchain may be able to fix global human coordination problem instead of instead of government, especially through public goods funding. So using crypto technologies. I believe that as a new way of coordination to enable the sustainable provision of public goods. Blockchains may be a tool with the potential to solve this coordination problem. Actually, there are many projects contributing to public goods funding or grants program. So like Gitcoin, Optimism, Git, and Hyperthreads. So the grants program, these grants programs started gaining momentum in 2019. In 2019, famous initiatives like Gitcoin and Ethereum ecosystem support program were launched. So also, Morokudao for providing funds for Ethereum ecosystems and supported by Vitalik Buterin and Joseph Lubin from Consensus, so was established at the time. In the context of crypto, there is a rich history so, so about public funding ecosystems. So, I'd like to explain background of our research. Our report aims to discover and characterize difference among various grants programs based on quantitative data of grants program. While each grants program is reviewed individually, cross-comparative comparison among different grants program are not usual. So I'd like to I'd like to conduct this research so for cross comparing grants data. Survey method. First, I arbitrarily selected a few grants program for analysis. I then compared the total number of grants, the total grant amount, and the amount of each grant is across these programs. I have compared the grant amount allocated to specific grantees across these grant programs. However, since each grant program operates with different available budget, to compare them to compare to compare them has not only been based on the absolute grant amount, but also I have normalized the data by calculating the grant amount for more fair program, more fair comparison. Next, I categorize the grant program based on methods of selection and attribute for the individuals who has been managing and making decision. And finally, I conducted a comparative analysis of the grant amount for specific grantees. So I also selected specific grantees arbitrarily. This survey this survey quantitatively has compared the grants program offered by Uniswap, DYDX, Optimism, and Gitcoin. I have selected projects which have a longer history. I chose the characteristic target grants program in this table. Grants program type are categorized according to the methods of selection for individuals who has been managing and making decisions in this grants program. For Uniswap and DYDX, the manager of grants program are composed of members who were arbitrarily selected and approved by token holder. The Uniswap Foundation was established, which now manage the grants program. The selection methods used by Uniswap and DYDX were where grants program are operated are referred to top-down type. In optimism, so grants manager are selected by token holders or or meet certain object criteria. So this is called as the bottom-up type. So for Gitcoin, so there are no specific manager who decided who received funding and how much. Instead, the grant amount is determined by an algorithm. So maybe you know as quadratic funding. So based on contributions from unspecified number of donors. This is termed the quadratic funding type. So in these four grants program, Uniswap, DYDX, Optimism, and Gitcoin. So I have examined the overview of each grants program by analyzing data such as the grants amount, the number of grants, and the transition of grants amount per round. To compare more specifically and more quantitatively, I arbitrarily selected specific grantees um, and examined the amount of grants provided by each grant program, the difference in funding received by by the grantees. So from various grants program, the portion of grants amount received by each grantee. Survey result. Here is the actual data analyzed. First, the total grants amount and number of grants are shown as a basic information. Optimism clearly has the latest has a largest total grants amount, and Gitcoin has the shortest survey method, but Gitcoin has the largest number of grantees. Next, um, compares grants amount per grantees. So the right figure, so right figure is an enlarged graph. Despite the large number of grants, Gitcoin shows a small difference in grant amount between grantees, and a small all over. o- Um, Gitcoin shows a small difference in grant amount, so between grantees, um, and a small overall variabilities. So this may be considered a characteristic of quadratic funding. Optimism has a notable larger total grant amount. So, but the overall variability is also larger. And since the size of the total grants varies widely from one grants program to another. I normalized and by calculating how much grants, how much the project was funded relative to the total grant amount or allocate ratio. DYDX Uniswap like a top-down type tend to bear large variability. So bottom-up type optimism and quadratic funding type Gitcoin tend to bear small variability. The previous data was displayed for each grants program, but this time, so the data is categorized and displayed according to different ways in which grants managers are selected. Top down includes INSUP and DYDX, and bottom up includes optimism and quadratic funding is Gitcoin. So in the normalization, top-down type shows larger variability, and bottom-up type and quadratic funding type show small variability. Look at specific grantee project, so that are arbitrarily chosen. So I arbitrarily selected so to understand the um, distribution of grants from various grants program. So this grantee project is weekly weekly in Ethereum, is global, Flipside, Scoplift, Gidol, and Rabbit4. In normalized data, so in normalized data, um, weekly Ethereum, Flipside, Scoplift, Rabbit4, and East Global, and received a higher portion of their grants from Uniswap and DYDX. Projects and project enhancing protocols or or marketing, so direct contribution, and making direct contribution generally received more funds. Gitcoin Gitcoin favoring neutral public infrastructure project, so grants more to Gidol, while Uniswap funds on the other hand, Uniswap funds scope lift, so more due to its ecosystem contributions. Conclusion: the hypothesis that could be drawn from categorizing grants operations is is that there may be a correlation so with the amount of grants. So the bottom-up type and quadratic funding type tend to distribute funds more evenly with smaller variability and smaller grant amount. On the other hand, the top-down type shows greater variability, so in the amounts of received by each grantees, um, and fewer recipients in general. So this is this means that while the bottom-up quadratic funding type distribute grants more evenly, providing a sort of economic infrastructure, the top-down type shows a kind of bias with a greater variability in grants amount, with fewer recipients receiving larger. So this suggests bottom-up type and quadratic funding type tend to fund project with high public utilities. So on the other hand, top-down type are more likely to fund projects that benefit their own protocol, reflecting our fundamental difference in underlying motivations of each grant program. While, however, um, the bias introduced by top-down grants, so maybe um, ne- negative negative impression. So from in term of fairness perspective. So, however, we consider the this bias so important in term of com, 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 complementing quadratic funding. In this analysis, the small sample size so limits to so um limits to accuracy of the analysis. So Moving forward, we need to expand the scope of the survey and analyze in more detail. Our future plans. After that, I'd like to expand the survey scope and deep analyze. I will expand the scope of the research to including additional grants programs and thus thereby providing a more inclusive analysis. Also, I will conduct a more detailed analysis of the data to uncover patterns and insights that were not possible in the initial study due to resource constraints. And then I'd like to make a database or database for grants, which enable us to analyze easily. And I will manage practical grants program. So based on the results insights in my research. So like for example, research or data. So actually, I'm contributing to Carter Syndicate, so which is a collective of grant specialists supported by Arbitrum DAO, so especially thanks. So we are looking for and DAOs collaborating with our research, arranging their grants data and comparing their grants data with other grants data. So finally, so now we are now joining in Gitcoin grants. So maybe you were so you are also joining. So and then so please support us. So if it's possible, thank you. Mhm. Okay, I will read. I need. So does your research consider how use of DYDX optimism want to close their ecosystem with grant uh, operations and how the um, how the award grants compares to how more platform any it's a bank grants round. Thank you for your questions. So so my research aims to compare various grants program. So by cross comparing cross analyzing, and then so I think I think there are many grants program or public funding mechanisms. But we are not sure. So what type grants program, and then how decision makers or managers decisions. So like for example, so UNICEF and DYDX. No. So for example, UNICEF foundations. UNICEF foundation. So is usually publishing grant report or grant data. So like a recipient project and grants amount and then their available budget. But so UNICEF foundation doesn't have a little transparency, a little. So and then we are not sure. So how their um decisions. So how much grants amount? Yeah. So and then I think so there are many grants program and there are many different type of grants programs. So so if so if I find the difference between various grants program or public funding mechanisms, so we can more effectively be managing grants program. So especially so our so as our public goods lovers, so quadratic funding is so s- um so our public goods funding lovers, so it's interested in quadratic funding and then like a quadratic funding. So so but so so like a top-down type grants program, so like a user foundations, so doesn't have a transparency a little. So but top-down type so is also complementing to complementing quadratic funding platform. Yeah, also people. Mm. So I think it is important to so have a top-down type grants program. So yeah, not only quadratic funding. So both is important. So by the way, so so you are in so late. Yeah, no worry. So you are in the night time. Yeah, right. So right. Got it. Okay. So I like to I like to manage this grants program or grants program or some um, some foundation, some funds. So so but other people is also so would like to conduct or have their grants program or their foundations. Mm. Do you have a personal takes about the best practice of grants foundation? So it is great. It is good questions, and then so my favorite grants operation is quadratic funding. Because quadratic funding is a more democratic has a more democratic approach. So this quadratic funding is more fair and more democratic. Um, so yeah, more transparency. Yeah, yes. So and then so this approach is so better approach. This approach is better approaches. So as a as a project. So but so as shown um so I just now I showed the result. So as my research. Quantitative funding type has a um, smaller grant amount, and smaller smaller grant amount, um, and larger grantees. So um, quadratic, only quadratic funding, so is not enough to fund overall public funding. So I mean, yeah. So yeah, there are top-down type grant program, so like a UNICEF Foundation or blah foundations, and then so they can so so they can make decisions. So as my difference of the result of quadratic funding. So they can decide the higher grant amount or grant or recipient project. So for example, recipient grants project. So has a larger amount from quadratic funding project or smaller received project. So I think top-down type projects. So and then quadratic funding is so as a function of difference. So top-down type. So when top-down type, so has so is making decisions, the grant amount, and then so I think so. So both are important. But I like quadratic funding. Okay. Mhm. Mm, so I think so. Quadratic funding. So so I think so. So I think I think depending on grant type. So quadratic funding or DAO managing project. And I think quadratic funding project like a Gitcoin and Clear Fund. So it's more fair and a more democratic approaches. So so um so all public goods funding projects so can apply for Gitcoin or Clear Fund. So and then it is better approaches, I think. So however, so if you were contributing, if you were contributing to specific ecosystem like Uniswap ecosystems and then or DYD ecosystems or optimism ecosystems, so like OP stacks, like using OP stacks, and then yeah. So 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 you yeah. So if so, you you have to apply for their operating grants program. So For example, the basic public funding, basic public goods project is it's neutral. It's neutral project. So not depending on specific protocols. And then you are contributing to a specific project, specific protocols. So you have to apply for their project. And then so if however so if you received grants from the specific grants program, so like a user foundation and then or Arbitrum DAO or no. For example, so if you were receiving grants so from Arbitrum DAOs, so they can't apply for optimism grants programs. It is a so conflict. So this problem is so you have to pay attention. So and then I think quadratic so application or quadratic funding like a Gitcoin and Clear Fund is better. Yeah, I think more opportunity for anyone to apply to quadratic funding rounds. So I think so. And in Gitcoin grants 2021, so there are different community grants like Asian grants and Web3 grants achievement and then climate rounds and Paris rounds. So Paris rounds and many rounds, so about 20 rounds or 30 rounds. So the number of Gitcoin grants round, so it's more largest, and then all over and then all the peoples can so have an opportunity to apply for Gitcoin. So especially in Gitcoin grants 21. So and then next, when conventional research is look at this research, what are you hoping to run your organization? Yeah, and then so Fractal Ventures is a so and then crypto incubator. So not venture capitals. So and then so we usually support entrepreneurs so by educating and then mentoring. So through educating and then mentoring. So sometimes we provide funds to specific entrepreneurs. Sometimes. So and then when we when we are supporting and providing funds, our research so our research is important. So I think we think all crypto projects has to be a public goods like a open source project and then other unreliable properties and then and then leading to positive some states. So these public goods projects Um, so these public goods projects have a grant from quality funding or another grant project. So when we are support funds to this project, so this research is so our this research is a function of so reference or criteria. So when we are providing funds, so I think yeah. So I think many venture capitals. So this is in my opinion. So many venture capitals is so has a so are providing funds. So through through capital gains or profits. So so I think so we are loving public goods or public funding. So this research is so our so it is important. So it is important for maintain our tenant. Yeah. Thank you. And your team is based in Portland, right? And then I was got it. Okay. So and then I was introduced. So got it. And then so pronunciation. So bo Borolukit, right? So this is correct. My pronunciation is right, correct? Lucid, Lucid. Okay, okay. Thank you. Mm, this account. Okay. So maybe I have followed you or Twitter and podcasts. Mm, okay. Thank you. Mm, okay. Thank you. So so unfortunately, so I can't hear your voice. So maybe I will go to DevCon so in November. So I'd like to meet you. So if you go there, yeah. Thank you. I'd like you to share. Thank you. Right. Yeah. Your event will happen in September. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Okay. Bye.